Okay, so this is the third video of this TV show, and it's called Legacy. And if you don't remember, and if you hadn't seen, and I should probably tell you, when I talk about these shows, I'm going to spoil a lot to them. Because the next one I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to have to do a lot of parts of the next one, I'm going to do Supernatural, and there's 15 seasons, so I'm probably going to have a couple of episodes of them. I might do like 100% Wolf, and then I might do Scooby-Doo, and I might do a few of those before I do talk about Supernatural, because I want to get a couple done before I start into my work. Okay, so this is about Legacy. Now, if you haven't seen the first two videos, go see them, because you have to hear about Vampire Diaries and, of course, the originals. Now, this is about Legacy. Legacy is about hope, about this boy named Landon. I forgot the other boy's name, but I know he's a werewolf. So we hear about, Landon knowing who he is. We learn, as we watch this, he's basically from this place called Metaphor. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. Anyways, Metaphor. And apparently Metaphor was a monster that was created by the witches and werewolves and vampires to take the other creatures that were darker than them. And so, as the show goes on, you see things like the Necromancer and a Sphinx, and I don't know what else you see. You see a lot. And you learn that Landon is a Phoenix. You see pretty much his foster brother. They're both foster kids, but you see his brother pretty much die, become a werewolf, come back from the dead. Learn that he's apparently and if you haven't seen the new episodes, go see it, because like I said, I will spoil it. I don't keep secrets. You see he's the descendant of King Arthur, and he ends up with the sword of Excalibur, and you basically see everybody kind of grow up and become these people. You see Hope jump into Metaphor, and everybody loses memory of her, and she made Alart promised to burn all her stuff so no one would miss her, and then she regretted it because her and Landon were dating. And then, of course, Lizzie Saltzman ends up sleeping with the werewolf. She sleeps with a vampire. And then Josie ends up pretty much when Hope jumped into Metaphor and everybody lost her memory. There was going to be a school vote because Alart hid the fact that there were new creatures that they were going to have to protect the school from, that, they were going to vote if he deserved to be headmaster or not, and they end up with voting him out of the headmastership. And they end up with another guy, and I can't remember his name to save my life right now. Don't ask me. If you guys remember it, you're better than I am. I'm lucky to remember the main characters. So, like I said, as this show goes on, you see him kicked out. He goes be the principal of Mystic Falls. You see Josie become her darker self. I would just call her dark self. And you see Hope go, fall into the sleep kind of like Elena did, to go into Josie's mind to bring Josie back to defeat her darkness. And we also see the twins do the merge. Now, if you don't know what the merge is basically supposed to happen between the Gemini twins. Now, Gemini twins are supposed to be special. With the Gemini coming pretty much being dead, Josie and her sister Liz are the only two left of the Gemini coven, other than their Uncle Kai, but their Uncle Kai is in the prison world. Long story. Like I said, yes, it's confusing. But anyways, you see when Josie was, or Jo was still as her dark self, she pretty much provokes Liz, or Elizabeth, to come and do the merge with her early. And I think they're only 16, if I remember correctly, 16, 17 now. And they're not supposed to go through the merge until they're 21. So they went through it a lot earlier than they were supposed to. But they did it because of the darkness. So they did this spell where apparently it made it look like Elizabeth died. But Elizabeth didn't. Elizabeth actually won the fight, won the merge. Which means Elizabeth is the stronger twin than Josie. Even though Josie had her darker self and was supposed to be more powerful, they tricked her. Because it was supposed to weaken her. And it did. Because it gave enough time for Hope, like I said, to fall into the sleep, go into her mind, and she created this magical place in her mind where, she kept her self-conscious in this pig, and Hope told her when she turned back to herself that the pig said a lot of sexist stuff to her. Or was flirting with her or something like that. It was funny. Anyways, sorry, I'm eating. But anyways, you see Josie, of course, win her battle with her. You see, of course, more monsters coming to the school. You see this guy that comes in as the counselor and convinces everybody that they've known him his whole life. The kids known him their whole life, and the boy named MJ keeps coming back to him and saying, I know who you are, I know what you are, I know you're the monster, but he keeps making him forget. And he tells him at the end of this episode, while they're singing about how the Salvatore School came along, because Elizabeth and Hope, and I guess nobody knew exactly what Klaus